Hello friends, myself Amol Vidate, Assistant Professor, Department of Plant Pathology, Sadhguru College of Agriculture, Mirasgaon. Today we discuss about diseases of the sunflower. That is first one disease, that is root rot or charcoal rot, leaf blight, rust, head rot, powder mildew, basal rot disease and necrosis disease. First one disease, that is root rot or charcoal rot, which is caused by Rhizoctonia bataticola or Microphomina phasellina. The symptoms: the pathogen is seed-borne and primarily causes seedling blight and collar rot in the initial stages. The grown-up plants also show symptoms after flowering stage. The infected plants shows dropping of the leaves. Death occurs in patches. Pathogen: the fungus produces large number of black, round, irregular shaped sclerotia. The pycnidia are the dark brown to black with an ostiole and contain numerous single-celled thin wall hyaline and elliptical pycnidiospores. Favorable conditions, moisture stress and high temperature favor disease development of the disease. Disease cycle, the pathogen survives in the soil and in infected crop residues through sclerotia and pycnidia. The pathogen is a seed-borne and it serves as a primary source of infection. The wind-borne conidia cause secondary spread. The soil-borne sclerotia also spread through the rain splash, irrigation water and implements. Management: closer planting of the seedling should be avoided. Optimum nutrition should be provided to maintain the plant vigor. Whenever the soil becomes dry and the soil temperature rises, then irrigation should be provided. Seed treatment with the Trichoderma viride at the rate 4 gram per kg of the seed. In endemic areas, long crop rotation should be followed. Treat the seed with carbendazim or the thyrum 3 to 4 gram per kg seed. Spot drenching with carbendazim 50 milligram per liter. Next one disease, that is leaf blight, which is caused by Alternaria helianthi. Symptoms: the pathogen produces brown spots on the leaves, but the spots can also be seen on the stem, sepals, and petals. The lesions on the leaves are dark brown with a pale margin surrounded by yellow hollow. The spots laterally enlarge in the size with concentric rings and become irregular in shapes. Several spots coalesce to show bigger irregular lesions leading to drying and defoliation. Pathogens produces cylindrical conidiophores which are pale grey yellow colored, straight or curved geniculate, simple or branched septate and bear single conidium. Conidia are cylindrical to long ellipsoidal, straight and slightly curved, pale grey yellow to pale brown, 1 to 2 septate with a longitudinal septa. Favorable condition: rainy weather, cool weather climate, cool winter climate, late sown crops are highly susceptible. Disease cycle: the fungus survives in the infected host tissues and weed host. The fungus is also a seed-borne. Secondary spread mainly through wind-borne conidia. Then management: deep summer plying, proper spacing, clean cultivation, and field sanitation. Use of resistant and tolerant varieties like BSH1, application of well rotten manures, practicing crop rotation, planting in a mid September, remove and destroy the diseased plants. Treat the seed with thyrum or the carbendazim at the rate 2 to 3 gram per kg of the seed. Spray mancozeb at the rate 2 kg per hectare. Third one disease, that is rust of sunflower, which is caused by Puccinia helianthi. Symptoms: small reddish brown pustules uridia covered with a rusty dust appear on the lower surface of the bottom leaves. Infection laterally spread to the other leaves and even to the green parts of the head. In a severe infection, when numerous pustules appear on the leaves, Pathogen, the uridospores are round or elliptical, dark cinnamon, cinnamon brown in a color, minutely inoculated with two equatorial germ pores. Teleospores are elliptical or oblong, two-cell, smooth wall, and chestnut brown in a color, with a long colorless pedicel. Favorable condition, day temperature 25.5 to 30.5 degrees Celsius with a relative humidity 86 to 92% enhances the intensity of the rust attack. Disease cycle, pathogen survives in the volunteer sunflower plants and in infected plant debris. The soil as teleospore, the disease spreads by the windborne uridospores from infected crops. Management, use of tolerant and resistant varieties. Crop rotation should be followed. Previous crop remains should be destroyed. Removal of the crop residues. Spray mancozeb 2 kg per hectare. Head rot, which is caused by Rhizopus species. The infected head shows water-soaked lesions on the lower surface which laterally turn brown. Discoloration may extend to stalk from the head. The affected portion of the head becomes soft, pulpy, and insects are also seen associated with the vitrified tissues. The larvae and insects which attacks the head pave way the entry of the fungus which attacks the internal part of the head and developing seeds. Pathogen produces dark brown and black colored non-septate hyphae. It produces many aerial stolons and rhizoids. Sporangia are globose and black in color with a central columella. The pharyngospores are aplanate, dark colored and ovoid. Favorable condition, prolonged rainy weather at flowering, damage caused by insects and caterpillars. Then disease cycle, fungus survives as a saprophyte in host debris, other crop residues. The disease is spread by wind-blown spores. Management, treat the seed with thiram or carbendazim at the rate 3 gram per kg of the seed. Control the caterpillars feeding on the heads. Spray the head with mancozeb 2 kg per hectares during intermittent rainy seasons and repeat after 10 days if the humid and weather persist. Last for fifth one disease, that is powdery mildew, which is caused by Erysipelas siceracearum. Symptom, the disease produces white powdery growth on the leaves, white to grey mildew on the lower surface of the older leaves, upper surface of the older leaves. As the plant mature, the black pin head size are visible on the white mildew areas. The affected leaves more luster, curl, become chlorotic and die. Favorable condition. This is more under dry conditions and end of the winter month. Management, complete field and crop sanitation. Early varieties should be preferred. Removal of infected plant debris. Application of carthane or the calixine 1 liter per hectare or vegetable sulfur 2 kg per hectare is should be found effective in reducing the disease incidence. Sixth one disease, that is basal rot, which is caused by Sclerotium rautsii. Symptoms, initial symptom of the disease appears 40 days after sowing. The infected plants can be identified by sickly appearance. Plants dry up due to the disease infestation. Favorable condition, the infection occurs in the crop in the month of July and August. The fungus survives through the sclerotia in the soil and plant debris. Management, deep summer plowing, complete field and crop sanitation. Use of resistant varieties and tolerant varieties. Collection and destruction of plant debris. Apply trichoderma on seed and soil to reduce wilt. Seed treatment with a kaptan thiram at the rate 3 gram per kg of the seed. Drenching the base of the plant with a chestnut compound 3 gram per kg per liter of the water. Seventh one disease, that is necrosis, which is caused by tobacco streak virus, that is TSV. Symptoms characterized by suddenly necrosis of the part of the lamina followed by twisting of the leaves, systemic mosaic, necrosis of the lamina, petiole, stem, floral, calyx, and corolla. Pathogen caused by tobacco streak virus or ELA virus 25 to 28 nanometer triparticulate geniculate genome or encapsulated. Separately, disease cycle, virus spread through transmission of the thrips, that is Frankilia schultzi. The weed host survives as a natural virus reservoirs. Long and continuous dry spell increases the disease incidence. Management, removal of the weed host, then management of the vector population, changing planting date. ठीक है, थैंक यू. Please like, share my YouTube channel, subscribe my YouTube channel.